Hey everyone. So after I did the last reading, I actually was going to do what went wrong to kind of give you guys some insight or clarity into like blockages in a past relationship or just with love in general. But I really started getting this overwhelming feeling that I needed to kind of look more at like emotional, spiritual growth. And I kept hearing shadow work, and that's what I'm hearing now. Um, so if this message finds you, this is not going to be a pick a card or pick a crystal rather. Pick a deck. This is, if this message finds you, then this is just, I guess, the universe or your spirit guides working together to bring this message to you about what you need to know about those shadows that lie within you. I feel like I'm saying it correctly. I hope I am. And so I kind of want like to put like a warning on this video. Do not watch this particular reading if you get triggered easily, or if you're in a place where you're not emotionally capable of looking into the shadows of yourself, of going deep within this, or maybe not even necessarily deep, but going within your psyche in those dark places and shining a flashlight. So if you're not able to handle that, then don't watch this reading. Also, I do want to say too, though, that I feel for some of you watching, you're actually going to be seeing the shadow side of someone close to you. So Spirit could have drawn you to this reading to gain insight about a certain person, like why they act a certain way, or just to kind of reaffirm or validate what you're going through with a particular person. So if the messages doesn't really resonate for you, but it does for someone else, that's why. That's why Spirit brought you to this message. And so this is a collective reading, so, and it's not a personal reading. So every single message may not resonate with you, and that's okay. Don't throw the whole reading out if a few messages don't resonate. It just means that some messages are meant for other people that are watching, while some messages are meant for you. And then again, the entire reading could also resonate. So let's go ahead and get grounded, clear out the energy, and call in our spirit team. Oh, and for those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Winter. I am an intuitive empath. I'm claircognizant, clairvoyant, I'm clairaudient, and clairsentient. I can actually physically feel things like other people may have pains or this or that, and I can physically feel it when I tap into, when I'm doing mediumship readings. I actually did a mediumship reading where, excuse me, I was actually able to taste beer in my mouth, and I couldn't understand it because I don't drink. Very rarely. I might have a little something on the holidays or some special occasion, but other than that, I do not drink. And I couldn't understand why I kept tasting beer. And so in the reading, I told her, I was like, I just got this strong, overwhelming, like, taste of beer. Like, it was beer. And she said, well, he was a beer drinker. That was like his thing, was drinking beer. Like, he never went, to a function or anything like that, but without it, or something like that. But anyways, and so I was like, okay, so that's how, the Claire sentient started to pick up after that. And then, you know, I heard Michelob, and she was like, yeah, that was what he drank, was Michelob. So that's how my clairaudient worked in. And so that's what spirit does for me when I'm doing readings. As well, I use that, you know, my knowing abilities, all my clairs that I just told you, as well as my knowledge of the cards in order to channel messages from the divine for you. So let's go ahead and jump straight in here. If you wish, you can visualize a healing light full of unconditional love swirling around you, enveloping you, and you can even breathe that in and envision it's filling your lungs and filling your entire body, every cell of your body permeating with this healing light. It's not going to harm you. It's full of unconditional love. Thank you, divine source energy, divine loving Holy Spirit, angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, spirit guides, higher light beings. For the good of all and to the harm of none, I call upon you now and invite you here to help me grasp messages and answers that need to be delivered. I thank you for guiding, blessing, and protecting this reading, and for allowing everyone involved in this reading to feel safe and loved. I thank you for enlightening all of the cards that I use here today with clear and easy to understand, honest, accurate, trustworthy answers and messages from the divine. And I thank you for the accuracy on my part as well. I thank you that this reading is only for the greatest and highest good and to the harm of none. With peace, love, light, and gratitude, so it is. Namaste. And I always do this little thing that I do here before every reading. I feel that it clears everything out, and it's a way of me just kind of letting my spirit team, my intuition know that I'm ready to start channeling. So we're going to look at some shadow traits. And again, this could be for you or someone in your energy. Spirit, angels, spirit guides, higher light beings. Spirit, please come here. Guide this reading. Show me clearly. What do I need to see for? Okay. Dreamer. Okay, so normally, like, you know, being a dreamer isn't actually a good thing, but in this case we're tapping into like the shadow aspects. I'm also, this is not like part of the shadow reading, but I'm picking up someone who was a bit of a daydreamer as a child. You still could be a bit of a daydreamer, maybe like you kind of like your may kind of drift off, like your thoughts just kind of drift off, and maybe you would just like do what's called what I call a zoning out, is something that I'm picking up. But it's like you could potentially be like unrealistic, or illusions, allow illusions to kind of come in and clutter your mind. False ideas, things that are impractical. So it's like Spirit is saying, instead of dreaming your life away, there's this need to, it's like I'm seeing someone that has all of these great ideas and dreams, but needing to really get in and do the work and make their take their, make their dream a reality. So you could be dealing with someone too that is always like, it's like all talk and no action. Like they have all these big ideas, but then nothing comes of those ideas. Also, I'm getting to that this reading could go back and forth between you and someone else in your energy. So we've got suspicious here on the bottom of the deck. You could be very suspicious over others, maybe, or over a particular person. Um, a very like skeptical over people, and having trust issues. Like there is like, I'm also seeing too someone that doesn't trust their partner and constantly looking for proof that of why they shouldn't trust their partner. And it's like all stoops down to these fears that kind of play tricks on you. In fact, your suspicious mind, you're like this kind of living in this fantasy world could cause you to be a bit suspicious of people at times as well. Or it's like you kind of your mind may play tricks on you and cause you to be in this kind of fantasy world, making you think that things are much worse than they actually are. And so you may have to like really ground yourself at times, or a lot. Okay. I'm now picking up some gullible energy here. So, you could be, and this is not, yeah, I feel like definitely, at least in the past, for many of you, you have like trusted too much. You've been overly trustful and naive, and people took advantage of that. People took advantage of your sweet, gullible nature, and definitely crossed the line with you. So yeah, you do need to set boundaries with people. I think sometimes for some of you that this particular message is resonating with, Spirit showing me that you don't normally set boundaries with people because you're afraid that they might get upset or mad and leave or walk away from you. And Spirit is saying if they walk away from you for setting boundaries, then good. Because you didn't need them in your life anyways, and that's exactly why you set those boundaries in the first place. I feel like too, like you expect you out of people. Like you don't purposely set out to hurt people, and so you expect you out of people. But people like you are extremely rare. Thank you, Spirit. What other messages do you have for the viewer that's currently watching this? Like, I see like this far off, distant look in someone's eyes. I'm hearing people pleaser. I feel like, especially in the past, so Spirit's wanting me to, why another card hasn't come out, because Spirit's wanting me to go into this card some more. In the past, or possibly now, there's like been this lack of world experience. And so you just were naive or are naive and just easily trust that everyone is going to have your best interest at heart. Or this is the way you were in the past. You were innocent and just overly trusting, and it's, I feel like it's for those of you who are you've just got such a pure, loving heart. And so that's another reason why you're going to probably be hurt in this lifetime, or have been hurt in this lifetime, because you have to gain that experience. And I feel like those experiences are hard experiences to go through. I don't really want to have to say this, what I'm getting now. Someone had their innocence stolen. I'm so sorry. And I know that message isn't for everyone. Thank God that message isn't for everyone. But for you that's listening, and you know that this is you, like, Spirit doesn't want you to let this turn you bitter. And then the card comes out because Spirit was finished with that message. And depressed, yeah, like, so this could definitely be for whoever had their innocence stolen. Whoever was essayed could have sent you into a very long depression. Or for many of you out there, that this doesn't resonate with, this is a separate message for you about depression. And it feels like there's been like this persistent long-term depression that you've dealt with. And I feel like some of you have been sad for so long that that you don't even realize that you're even sad anymore, because yes, you have those good days and you do laugh, okay, but underneath that laughter there's a sadness, because we're talking about the shadows. In the shadow, there is, underneath those smiles, there is a sadness there, because of those wounds that lie deep within you. These wounds go back as far as childhood for some of you. There's like this bleak outlook. I feel like a lot of you have possibly even dealt with depression for years, and some of you may even be on antidepressants to deal with this. Or maybe you've been on antidepressants off and on for years, or maybe antidepressants hadn't even worked, but there is this underlying sadness that dwells here because of these unhealed childhood wounds, or just these unhealed wounds. I feel like a lot of you, some of you have been under the control over someone, like someone has had like you grew up with a very controlling energy, or you yourself may tend to find yourself becoming controlling at times. Trying to micromanage your life for some of you. Thank you, Spirit. I feel, yeah, there could be someone in your energy that has abused their power with you. Very manipulative, controlling energy. Trying to steal your power. And also for some of you, this could even be your energy where you may try to manipulate others. And manipulation isn't always a negative thing. It can be good if it's used in a healthy way. But this is the type of manipulation that to be deceitful in order to get what you want. So, so this is like Spirit just wants you to ensure that you use your power responsibly. So you could be in a position of authority for some of you, or this is like with regards to relationships. I'm also seeing someone that is a slave to their job. Okay, because I got workaholic here on the bottom of the deck. Someone who has become a slave to their job to the point where they are actually neglecting others, neglecting their romantic partner, possibly children. I'm also seeing someone that works at home that is even starting to like neglect their personal hygiene, or like cleaning the house. I feel like maybe depression may be starting to kick in because of that. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right, so the next energy that I've picked up on is reactive. You could also be dealing with someone who is overly reactive, and it's like when they feel under attack, they become quite reactive and aggressive and will start to blame others or blame you, or like try to shift the blame onto you. I'm seeing someone who does not hold themselves accountable. Okay, but right here, I'm seeing someone with this reactive energy too, that this is someone who is quick to emotionally react to a situation, quick to get like just to emotional outbursts, overreact. This is someone here who does not take criticisms well, and instead of hearing what they need to work on within themselves, or just whatever it is, they will take that and explode, and then maybe point out the other person's flaws in order to get the heat off themselves. So someone here needs to learn to sit back and observe without reacting, and know, yeah, that not everything needs a reaction, because the truth will come to light. So there's no need to, your power is actually in your silence. That's what I just heard. Can we get one more card, Spirit? All right, so that was too many cards. We just want one single. Well, okay. Critical. Okay, so yeah, it's like if this could be someone here too who can't take criticisms well, so they will shift it and turn it around and criticize the other. With this critical here, this is someone who's not easily satisfied and may nitpick, be very judgmental towards other people. Spirit's showing me the Judgment card in my mind's eye. So I'm feeling like someone who may have been like overly like criticized a lot in the past. I'm also seeing someone that's overly critical of themselves, constantly nitpicking about what's wrong with them. Not satisfied with their appearance, not satisfied with I'm hearing someone that doesn't even like the sound of their own voice. Like always cannot accept a compliment because for some reason you may think that the person's lying to you or that they're just saying that. Like I'm picking up someone here that's not able to accept a compliment. I'm also, and don't shoot the messenger, please, but which I'm saying, like, don't watch this reading anyways if you're gonna, if you cannot handle hearing this, but I'm hearing that someone, has been feeling sorry for themselves. So Spirit's like, look, stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's time now to focus on growing and evolving. What do they need to know, Spirit? The viewers that are watching, thank you, Spirit. Look, oh, look, lighten up. I literally just got this too, the same card. I got the same card in the last video that I just uploaded on what they think of you. So you may be feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and like I said, micromanaging, controlling every aspect of your life. Maybe the house, the this, the that, you know, or it's just like you just need to kind of release. It's like Spirit says here, realize that perfectionism is exhausting. You need to lighten up with your looks, with your spirituality. I'm also hearing too religious trauma. I've been hearing that since before I started the reading. So someone's been dealing with like really stressing themselves out with regards to their religious traumas. So Spirit is saying to be present, right now in the moment, because that's going to help bring you peace. What do they need to show, Spirit? What do they need to show? Oh, by the way, I'm not going to use tarot cards in this particular reading, just oracle cards. What do they need to show? I feel the Spirit is saying that somebody's definitely stole your joy, stole your happiness. It's time to lighten up and have some fun. I'm also seeing too that someone needs to also ground themselves and get back into reality and get serious. Okay, so it's like they're for someone watching. So it's basically finding that balance for you guys between having fun, knowing when to have fun, and knowing when to be serious. Yep, patience. Seeing too someone being quite impatient. And I also, even though there's a bit of impatience, I'm also getting some procrastinating as well. So that's a little odd that I would get both of those, but it's like maybe you're like you're impatient with either other people or yourself, but you could like procrastinate, like putting things off to the last minute. But Spirit says you can relax. You can relax now and stop worrying.